Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Virgo might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for mid-June 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. And if you feel like it doesn't resonate with you, or it doesn't completely resonate with you, just keep the parts that do, disregard the rest, and be sure to check your birth chart for your other planetary placements so you can listen to those signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Virgo for mid-June 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Virgo for mid-June 2020? One more time. All right. Okay, I'm going to divide these into 3 stacks. And the card on the bottom of the deck, you'll see the same time I do, and it is the Sun. All right, that is an awesome card to have, especially this June month. Summer's coming up. It means that there's a lot of new growth, there's a lot of new activity, there's a lot of fertility, prosperity, luck, things like this coming up for you. Now, this is the overall energy for your reading. And let's go ahead and lay these cards out, and as we go along, I'm going to show you how that card is going to relate to the other cards that come up in your reading. Okay, for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows, and the first row has to do with you, what you may have been dealing with, things that are going on with you, things you're currently dealing with, and things that are coming towards you. Okay, the second row has to do with the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, your soulmate, your karmic partner. I'm distracted by these cards I'm laying out here. They're very opposing. Okay, let's say that. It could be somebody you just met. It might be an ex that you still feel very drawn to and want that reconciliation with. The third column is about obstacles, challenges, blockages, fears, and anxiety, that type of thing. And the fourth row is your outcome. All right. I've just laid out 2 cards in each row for a total of 8 cards. I'm going to do that 2 more times for a grand total of 24 cards. So by the time we get to the end of the spread, most likely we will have a pretty good idea about what's going to be going on for mid-June 2020. So for you, we have this 4 of Wands situation going on, and you may feel like you've met your soulmate or at some period of time. Even if you're not with them right now, if there's been some type of separation or anything, this tells me that this is a very good time for you to continue working on that situation, to figure out what it is you need to do in order to get back to this situation, or if you're still currently in there, how you can have more forward growth, and if you're in separation, how to bring the 2 of you back together. Okay, now your partner has this 9 of Swords as well as this King of Cups energy that's going on, so you could very possibly be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, or someone that has a lot of water in their chart. Now, it seems like the water signs have been coming up a lot lately as everybody's person in the reading. So yeah, the water signs have been very busy. And you know, this Nine of Swords tells me that they've been through a lot of hurt. There may have been a situation that the two of you were in that has either caused you to feel a lot of emotional pain or your partner to feel a lot of emotional pain. Now, whether you are the one experiencing this or your partner is, just flip it around to whichever one it is. But somebody is hurting a lot. It could even be that your partner has a lot of internal issues they are still dealing with from previous relationships that lead them to maybe be a little more overly sensitive when it comes to dealing with things. And this light that you see right here, I can't figure out where it's coming from. So anyway, it's just the sun rays coming in through the windows somewhere, reflecting. I know it's distracting. Okay, so for obstacles and challenges, we have the Lovers as well as this Knight of Swords. So, you know, Lovers is about two people coming together, finding that balance, and where the two of you are compatible. You may be coming from completely different environments. You could be coming from, you know, you could be complete polar opposites, but for some reason it really works. This is something that you feel like you're really having to pursue, like you're really having to go after it. This is something that you just really are, you know, you find that it's worth fighting for you. You're not ready to let this relationship go or just hand them over to another person if you decide to walk away. This is something that you are really, you know, really working hard for to restore and have that balance and stuff back in your life. And when you come to your outcome, yeah, so you guys probably could be in separation at the time, and you know, you're mourning over this loss somewhat, and you're thinking about it, and you're definitely feeling that, you know, this is somebody that you have really looked up to. This is someone that you admire, and you have really felt like they have made an impression on your life. They have some kind of greater influence on you. And even if you're separated, you feel that absence when they're gone. Now, you do need to recognize that there is these two cups behind you, which indicates that, you know, there's still a lot of love that is left between the two of you. And when we talk about that Two of Cups, we're talking about that balance and that reconciliation and things like that. So if you are separated, there very well could be that reconciliation and new growth that's coming back into your relationship. Okay, so now we're going to do the second set of 4 rows, and we have the Knight of Swords as well as the 6 of Cups. And in your partner's column, we have the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. And in your obstacles, challenges, blockages, fears, and anxieties, we have the Death card as well as the 4 of Swords. And in your outcome, we have that 10 of Wands as well as the Emperor. Okay, and we did have the Hierophant that fell out for your last row here. Now, this is definitely, like I was saying, this is somebody that you definitely feel that soulmate energy with. This is somebody that you have that deep connection with. This is somebody that could evolve into be your counterpart. And it definitely, you're feeling that absence. You're feeling that separation, and you are, you know, this Knight of Swords is one of the fastest and the most strongest energies in the deck as far as the Knights are concerned, and he's definitely in pursuit of this. This is something like, you know, you finally have gotten to the point where, okay, this has gone on long enough. This is what needs to happen. We need to reconcile. We need to be back together, and I'm going to do whatever it needs to do in order to make that happen. Now, because your partner may have been hurt in this situation, they are taking things a little more slowly. They are opening up to you. They are listening to you. There is a dialogue that's going on back and forth between the two of you, but they are moving really slow and steady. They want to make sure that the same mistakes don't happen again. Now, when we get to the obstacles, challenges, blockages. We have the Death card, and we have this Four of Swords. Now remember that your emotions are just that. They're just emotions. They are feelings. You know, they're about our fears. They're things we're worrying about. And so, you know, you've taken this time out and thought about all the things that have gone wrong in the relationship, and you've healing from it, and you're ready to move forward, but your anxieties and your fears are telling you, you know, what if it's over? What if they don't come back? What if this is the end of this relationship, and where that's going to lead you? You have to be really careful that you don't completely just focus on that, because when we focus on our fears, we can actually manifest them in our life, and you don't want to do that if you are trying to, you know, bring the two of you back together and reconcile again. So this is definitely someone that we were talking about earlier that you admire and you look up to, and you respect them as far as the type person that they are and the moral character that they have. And these things from your past that you've been carrying around with you, it's time to put those things down and not carry them with you into this new beginning for this new relationship, because this Sun card does talk about, you know, fresh growth and new beginnings, and all of that opening up, and that innocence of a new relationship. So if you're carrying things with you from, you know, that caused the two of you to become in separation in the first place, if you've done the work that you need to do, okay, if you've done that healing, it is definitely time to go ahead and let those things go, because just like you've been working on yourself and learning your lessons, your partner has been doing the same thing. Now, when we come to the next set of, in the last set of the 4 rows, we have the World as well as the Page of Wands. In your partner's column, we have the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Yay. Okay. And when we get to your obstacles and challenges, we have that 3 of Wands and the Chariot. And in your outcome, we have the 9 of Pentacles as well as the 2 of Wands. Okay. All right, so when we have these 2 cards together, this talks about, you know, you were earlier like in like pursuit heavily of, you know, making this situation work. You're able to, you know, communicate what it is that you need with your partner, and you know, maybe a little sweet talk, maybe a little passion should be included when you're doing that. You truly, really and truly see this person as your world, and you know, you want this new growth with them. You want that opportunity to be able to step up. Earlier I said the Hierophant fell out when we were doing it, and when you have that Hierophant and you have the 4 of Wands, along with this little 6 of Cups, which indicates definitely soulmate, marriage, commitment, that type thing, then you definitely see this person as everything that you are hoping for and working for, and trying to build that, rebuild that bridge between the two of you so that you can cross over into that new relationship. So when we get to your partner, well, here we have those 2 of Cups that we were talking about, and over in your outcome, in your first set, we had the 2 cups back here, and here they are, and now your partner is on the same page with you, and you will find that the 2 of you are going to be very celebratory and very happy about this reconciliation that's going to be coming towards you and your partner. So things may not, you know, these are your fears and anxieties. You may be afraid that, you know, it's going to fall apart, or that it's not going to happen as fast as you want it to, but keep in mind that it is happening. You've done the work. It's time for you to just sit back and let things work on their own. If you try to manipulate it too much, you could screw the whole thing. You could screw the whole thing completely up. So just be patient. And when we look at this Chariot here, you see these little sphinxes are sitting still, and the chariot driver is ready to go. So just because you are like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's make this work, let's just jump right back in, your partner, with that Knight of Pentacles energy that they're feeling, they're wanting to go a little more slow. So it, you know, just relax, it's coming. All right. And in your outcome, we have this Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So when we have the Nine of Pentacles, she is very, very much like the Empress card, representing all of the same things, just not quite as evolved there. Now, in your outcome earlier, you had the Emperor. So this is definitely, you could be dealing with somebody that there's an age difference with. Either you're older or they are older. But, or it could just be a maturity level. Not really, you know, you can have physical age and you can have mental age as well, but you just keep working on yourself, and the things will fall into place, and you can definitely look forward to a future that you are spending with your Emperor, and that there would be, where did those pretty cards go? Yeah, this beautiful reconciliation that you're going to have going on with your partner, and yeah, like a really strong future. You guys have been through a lot together, and you know, complement each other pretty well. Sometimes misunderstandings can get in the way, and you know, it's not ever a reason just to throw everything, you know, out the window. Okay, Virgo, so that is your love reading for mid-June 2020, and I just want to take a second and tell you guys thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes, and I love you guys very much, and I'll be back here in a week or so, a couple of days, and start the end of the month readings for June. Okay, all right guys, see you soon. Bye-bye.